Hello, am I audible to everyone?
Yes, you are audible. You are audible, Anuj.
Okay. So, good evening, everyone. I am Anuj Kumar Mehta. On behalf of EcoFast Agri Solution, warmly welcome you all to Day 13 of the Winter Nurture Training Program, UNNAT KRISHI 2026. It is truly inspiring to witness such active participation throughout this program. Today's session holds a special importance as agriculture continues to evolve. The role of conservation, agriculture, and precision nutrient management has become crucial in improving soil health, enhancing resource use efficiency, and ensuring long-term sustainability of our farming system. We look forward to gaining valuable insight into how these scientific approaches are helping to shape the future of a smart, resilient, and sustainable agriculture. Now, it is my great honor to introduce our esteemed keynote speaker, Dr. Shankar Lal Jat, Fellow of the Maize Technologist Association of India. Dr. Jat is currently serving at the ICR, Indian Institute of Maize Research, Pusa, New Delhi. He completed his PhD from the Indian Agricultural Research Institute and has made significant contribution in the field of conservation agriculture and precision nutrient management. He received several prestigious honors, including the FAI Golden Jubilee Award and the Dr. P.S. Deshmukh Young Agronomist Award in recognition of his outstanding contribution to agricultural science. We are truly privileged to have such distinguished scientist with us today. Let's welcome Dr. Shankar Lal Jat. Sir, the virtual stage is yours. Kindly begin your presentation, please. Sir,
Okay, thank you. Yeah,
thank you,
let
sir.
me share my presentation.
Yes, sir.
Give me a minute. Hope my presentation is visible.
Yes, sir. It is
Okay.
visible.
Yeah, and it is now in the, you know.
You can, sir, close the pop-up windows arising the right side.
Okay, now it's okay, I think.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, everything is good. Okay. Okay, thank you. Friends, I just want to, emphasize on, how the, new cropping systems in this country are becoming important, and what is the role of the conservation agriculture to do so. Okay. And if we see in our country, we are having steady progress in some of the crops, and especially if we mention on the maize, the area production and yields are increased enormously. Okay. And you see, in the both the season, area production and productivity has, found, increasing. And now new season, as the spring season is also coming up, and farmers are harvesting good yields. Okay. So if you see in the last 3 years, good progress is being made, and now you see the maize who are concentrating in some of the pockets. Now it's becoming pan India crop. Okay, and because of this, pan India presence, you see in the both the season, Kharif as well as in Rabi season from 97 to percent, it's expanding in many districts. Okay, and why it is becoming so, because in some this particular crop is utilized mostly in the industrial usage, more than 80% of it. And now you might have heard from agriculture production systems are also becoming energy production systems. Okay, And those energy production systems where the maize is coming in a big way, and now 50% of the bioethanol whatever produced in our country is coming through the maize. Okay, and rest other usage, if you see, it is being used for the starch, animal feeds, and food processing, and many other purposes. Okay, so you see now more than 90% of the maize is being used for the industrial purposes, and because of that, if you see, I have just mentioned that why in India you can produce maize and at least in 2 seasons at every place. Okay, so here, what is happening? This crop is becoming a choice for bioethanol, and that's why the in country's bioethanol basket. Now, previously there was 5% or 2% contribution before 2023, but now the contribution of maize is around 50%. Okay, so the maize producer are also becoming the energy givers, because you see, because it's a food security independent crop, because direct food consumption is very low. Though whatever in poultry or livestock feed we are using maize, or even in starch, you might have eaten the soup and all other things. So starch has many industrial applications, including your biopharmaceutical and many other things. So food security, but you see the other way it is important. And if you see, this is the globally most important and most productive crop. Its average productivity is 5.7 to 6 tons per hectare. Against the other crops of rice, wheat, and many other crops, they are just struggling on 3 to 4 million tons per hectare. Okay, so and this is the highest producing crop, and its production is around 1200 million tons. Against the other crops of rice and wheat, they are having production of 800 million tons or 750 million tons because of its varied industrial uses. Okay, so it has production for enhancement for yield and acreage, and you can go for round the year industrial function. And one thing is, local production and local consumption is being given for bioethanol. So everywhere, wherever petrol pumps are there, oil marketing companies, they are purchasing the ethanol from the market, and they are going for 20% ethanol blended with petrol and many other things. So you might have seen that you cannot produce the sugarcane at all places, and even it is having more environmental footprint. Okay, so lesser water and environmental footprint we are having in maize as compared to sugarcane rice, and we are having such byproduct this. So we are having different type of the corns for this purpose available in our country, and in the spring season we grow for dent and semi-dent type of corn. Rabi season semi-dent to semi-flint, and Kharif semi-flint, flint, and semi-dent type of variety we grow. Basically, dent is the tropical type of maize, and not sorry, flint is tropical maize, which is has disease resistance, heat tolerance. Dent has high yield, deep kernels. Okay, and you see the starch content is higher, mostly most of the time, uh, and it has lesser storage quality. Okay, so you cannot store more time the dent versus the flint. So flint you can go for more time storage as compared to dent. So basically what we require is we have to go for certain characters which is required for the maize production. And here the demand and supply of the maize, we estimated that what kind of demand and supply will be there for the making the bioethanol. And the projected demand for maize by 2047 is around 100 to 110 million tons. Because of that, there is need of the new type of cropping system. These are the projections are being made by the Niti Aayog as well as National Institute of Agriculture Policy Research, NIAP. Okay, and they found 100 million tons plus the crop will be, and now the production is around 44 million, 43 million tons. Okay, and this is the sustainable pathway we envisage, that yes, we have to increase the productivity, and in both the seasons, from 30 quintals to 40 quintals in Kharif, and from 52 quintals to 65 quintals per hectare in Rabi season. So single cross hybrids, best management practices, and the mechanization. Okay, so wherever maize is going, like we can have the 2.5 to 3 million hectare product area enhancement. So if you see from 2015 to present, the production of the maize is doubled with the addition of 2 or 3 million hectare area plus. Now we are estimating that 15 to 16 million hectare maize area will be there, like in rice fellows areas, upland area in Eastern India, Western IGP, and other places. So here, whatever new cropping system are coming, we have to go in a very sustainable manners. Okay, where we go for residue, effective utilization of residue, and one of the technology which utilize splitly the residue to minimize the yield gaps. Okay, in maize is the conservation agriculture. Okay, so where what we do, instead of going for repeated tillage, we go for no tillage or minimum tillage. Instead of removing organic matter, we go for residue management, we keeping the residue on the soil surface. And instead of going for monoculture, we go for the diversified type of the rotations. Okay, so see, these are the key benefits of conservation agriculture, where sustainability, enhancing biodiversity, carbon sequestration, labor saving, soils, healthier soils, increase yield and reduce cost are being there. So if you see the globally, these are the latest data available, and we are having around 205 million hectare area under this, so it is 15% increase. Whereas in India, we go for around only 3.5 million hectare area out of 210 million hectare total gross crop area. Okay, so it means there is need to increase what learn from the global scales, because whatever residue we are generating, okay, this residue might not be that useful, and we can go for the conservation agriculture practices. And if you see the from India, from 1998 onwards, we went for the various kind of the 75 modification itself in the Pannagar zero till drill, which was now it is in perfect stage. Now we are having happy seeder and many other seeders. Okay, they are available. Okay, so one more thing was, the challenge was there in the for the management of weeds, which is often discussed, right? So we are having pyrozosulfone as a or atrazine as a pre-emergent herbicides, and we can apply any of the post-emergent herbicide in maize systems like this halosulfonal methyl topramazone and their combination with the atrazine if we are going for ready mix application. So what I mean to say that there is no doubt of the any weed management practices, and all the maize-based cropping system, including I will share some of the very innovative cropping systems. And here you can go for that. Yes, you can go for pre or post emergence, or you can go for early post emergence of the combination of the whatever herbicides available. Halosulfuron methyl is basically designed for control of the cypress, where the cypress is 4 to 6 leaf stage and there is enough moisture in the field. Okay, so these are the potential maize-based cropping system which are under conservation of big invasives. Okay, so you might be there, various part of the country. You can see these are the cropping system where rice maize is coming very big way. So we are having around 2 lakh hectare of the maize under zero till. We are having in West Bengal also. Assam also it's coming up as a zero till maize. Previously it was there in Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, and Tamil Nadu. Okay, so you can see these are the beautiful views of the crops of the wheat, chickpea, mustard, and maize followed by maize. And if you see, there are certain advantages, like if you go for CA-based cropping system, conservation agriculture, so whatever 8 to 10 days window is there, you need not to go for the doing the same. Okay, so that you can save and you can integrate third crop, which is very good. Okay, so you can go for advanced wheat planting. So early wheat sowing is now becoming popular, where the varietal development is also there. So if you are going for 15 to 28 October sowing, also when time wheat production it increases crop duration in wheat. It is being said that whenever you sow, the harvesting will be the similar dates. Okay, so the duration get increased if you go for early sowing. Lesser water requirement is there for wheat, because the winter season you need to apply that much water, which becomes at the heat stress stage we need to apply water, but sometimes if we apply water it get lost. Okay, so that kind of situation can also be known. So you can increase the wheat yields. You can go for timely planting of summer mung bean and increase mung bean yield, and 3 crops with lesser water than the rice, whatever we grow. Likewise, another efficient cropping system, the triple M cropping system, what we say is maize, mustard, mung bean cropping system. So where we can go for advanced mustard planting, increase mustard durations, and here you can go for full season duration, means a long duration of all 3 crops. Even mung bean also, we will not go for short duration. You can go for the longer duration. So whatever water we are utilizing in the grazing wheat crop, not in the rice crop, wheat crop, we can take these 3 crops where cereals, pulses, and oilseeds. Pulses and oilseeds, which are the very flagship crops for our country, because we are giving thousands of the crores for the import of the food item, these food item. So it enhances mustard yield, timely planting of third crops. So mung bean also. So you can have the better efficient cropping system if you are going for zero based system. Here, these are the data from the AICRP reports, where you can see, except few places where the you are having clay loam soils in northwestern plain zone. Otherwise, in northern eastern plain zone and central western zone, where loamy to sandy loam soils are there, your zero tillage is performing better in the maize wheat movement system. The other advantage, you can see it gives higher system productivity with reduced irrigation water requirement, because the residue are being covered on the soil, so it is reducing the evaporation. Beside that, it's also serving all the many other things we will cover in the next slides. So zero tillage gives up to 31% higher net return, 72 dollars, which is now 6,000 around rupees, with lower production cost compared to the conventional tillage. It improves soil physical and biological health. Also, you can see it can go for the enhancing the adoptions, which is happening in Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and now increasing West Bengal and Assam. Here, the myth is, we myth and understanding is that if you are going for tilling, your crop will be less, compacted. But it's not the case always. If you go for the over the year of adoption, you can see the stability in the soil, penetration resistance of the root to the soil get decreased if you are going for conservation agriculture backward. So other things is, you can also integrate the subsurface drip, which is now becoming popular, and it provides long lasting solution for the whatever irrigations are there. So you can go for the application of the irrigation by using subsurface drip under zero tillage conditions. So the drips are being installed 15 to 25 centimeter below the soil surface, and you can save the water. You can increase the productivity. Okay, and you can see you can integrate the IoT and sensors and other things for irrigating the crops. So you can have your human less intervention crop and cropping system by using such type of the innovation in the zero tillage systems. Okay. So if you see the grain yields under different scenarios where the subsurface drip irrigation is being integrated, studied at the CSSRI canal, uh, you can see that yes, subsurface drip irrigation systems, uh, if you are having maize with mung bean system, as compared to the non subsurface, so maize responds very better if you are going for subsurface drip irrigation. Rice yields are slightly low, but see, in rice, wheat, mung bean, if you are going for wheat, the yields are high. Okay, so if you are going for subsurface based drip irrigation system, the system productivity of maize is equivalent to the whatever we are getting in rice, wheat, mung bean system or other cropping system. Okay, and here is the economics, which is the water as a resource. If you see the irrigation water productivity, partial factor productivity, or nutrient applied increases enormously if you are going with the subsurface drip integration with zero tillage, which is called conservation agriculture. Okay, so here you can see the learnings are sustainability also got increases if you are going for conservation agriculture with subsurface drip integration. So it increases yield by 35% and improves soil health and infiltration rate. So there are certain parameters like system economics, soil quality index, carbon stocks, apparent system nitrogen balance, and global warming potential. You know, yeah, they are having all on the positive sides. And biggest thing is, now you might have heard that Myco and all others also earning the carbon credit. So this is the big market where they can go for. We have estimated around 4 to 6 carbon credit you can get if you are adopting the conservation agriculture. Okay. Likewise, there are certain cropping systems which are working very well for the wheat seed bank point of view. If you are going for 2 to 3 years efficient wheat management without any seeding, so the top 0 to 2 centimeter soil layer where the wheat seeds mostly germinates, they will get degraded. Okay, so only your perennial weeds and their propagules will be there, which is coming out time and again. And if you are increasing the loads of the surface residue, the problem can be reduced. Okay. However, there are certain cropping systems like maize wheat mung bean system which is very perfect for the controlling weeds. You might see that the under conventional tillage also, the maize with mung bean system has very less amount of the weed seed banks. Okay. Apart from this, if you see on the water pest and disease dynamics, you see natural enemies under conservation agriculture where residue is there. Okay. And they are harboring the natural enemies, and natural enemy, you see the most of the crops, you are having harboring around 100 plus different types of the beetles, spiders, ants, and many other things. Okay, so these population gets increased, and these are reported in by Clark and Rivers in this co-worker, and you can see there is also chances that there could be increased damage by the conservation agreement. So you have to see in the different perspective, you have to notice it, and that's how you see. We have also observed in the four infestations and their severity. Okay, so infestation is equal, but you can see the severity is get reduced if we are going for zero tillage. So lesser fall infestation is there. Likewise, soil beneficial arthropods and earthworm counts, it also got increased significantly if you are going for, because we are giving food under the residue management scenario, whereas we are not giving anything under these things. So whatever your beneficial predators, decomposers, as well as the detritus feeding insects are there, their numbers got increased if you're going for this kind of practice. Okay. So if you see a rice-based versus maize-based cropping system under conservation agriculture, you see bacterial count got increased, then fungi, also actinomycetes, which are also very important. But the increased percentage is higher under maize-based cropping system compared to the rice-based cropping system. And you see there are abundant of microbes we found into the zero tillage systems. Okay, and earthworms as well as ant activity. We found around 13 different ant species under permanent bed systems where we are having, beds are made zero tillage based permanent bed. And you see where we are not going to disturb the ant ecosystem, we are finding more ants. Here you can see the different ant burrows, earthworm burrows, and we have found that there is a significant correlation between the earthworm burrows and earthworm burrows and earthworm cast also. Okay, what we can do, we can go for study of these kind of parameters like earthworm cast. Okay, and as I told that we can generate around 5 carbon credit or 6 carbon credit every year by adopting the zero tillage based crop management system as compared to the whatever we are going for presently. Okay, so these are the some of the models are being suggested recently in the agriculture system paper by Radhesham, one of our student, where you can see mustard. You can go on the permanent raised bed where the maize are being grown. Okay, and if you are going for these kind of models where we 1 lakh hectare of the either zero tillage maize with mung bean, maize mustard mung bean, or soybean with mung bean is being grown, and as compared to the you are going for the around 17 lakh hectares of the conventional tillage rice, followed by zero tillage of wheat and mung bean. Okay, so what will happen? We can go for additional production of the maize or rice by 0.67 million hectares. Okay, and soybean productions also we can go for 0.3 lakh tons, million hectares, 3 lakh tons, and wheat production also got increases. Okay, and by you can go for, if you are going for zero tillage wheat after CTR, you can increase the wheat production by 500,000 tons. Okay, likewise you get additional mung beans and saving of irrigation water. Definitely it is not there in the CTR jetty match with mung bean. Okay, because we are going for 3 crops as compared to 2 crops we are going for maize, rice wheat cropping system. Okay, so your net returns, you see enormous, it is got increased, and global warming potential also got reduced. Okay, if you are going for zero tillage based and these kind of the models, so such a sustainable models we can propagate. Okay, another thing I was just telling, zero tillage potato. Okay, If you see, we had installed 8 different cropping system where the rice, wheat, and 4 rice based and 4 maize based cropping system, where we have studied that yes, we need to go for the certain utilization of residue, whatever enormous it is being generated, what to do with it. So we integrated potato into it, and you can see these photographs. Zero tillage potato with maize mulch was around 300 quintals per hectare yield, and you can see all the tubers. The green tubers also we can observe there is not much green tubers we found. Okay, especially when we are covering with the maize residues. And yeah, the uprooting is also easy. Your soil health is also being protected. Residue is becoming resource in such a type of cropping systems. So from adoption to sustainable future area, if we see, we have to go for the conservation agriculture, so that it increases the these things wherever requires. We can go for the our customized kind of the strategic tillage practices. Even if you don't want to go for the whole zero tillage, at least your rabi season crops should be grow under zero tillage, as per my experience of 16 years. So that will be the customized conservation agriculture for our country. Okay, and then in the rainy seasons, it doesn't permit. First, we have to start from the rabi season, then we can go for slowly in the kharif season. However, there are many constraints for this kind of the production system, where the outlooks of the farmers, scientists, and policymakers needs to be changed, because now they are being in the practice of the more tilling. If you see 2000 or before, there were not much machines were available, and people were not tilling that much. Okay, and they were growing the food crops. Sometimes it is on the zero tillage conditions also, like in cotton was and cotton used to be now also seeded under zero tillage condition in the wheat field. Okay, so nobody is going for tilling those field, and not they cannot afford the like your irrigation water in the May month. So they are going for putting the spot application of the seeds, and utilizing the same basins, check basins, which is being prepared for the wheat. Okay, so we need to go for like that, and go for the making the acceptable cropping management practices. Okay, and many times farmers are more ready to change their mindset than scientists. Okay, and because you have to do it and make it. Okay, sometimes perfect full CA is not working, you go for partial CA. There are many other kind of things. Second constraint is residue availability, which often we say there are 22% of the dry fodder deficit in our country. Definitely, that should be our priority. So we should take whatever residue animal is not being fed, because whole residue is not being fed. It is 30 to 40% lower residue can be kept on the soil surface, and that can be used. So definitely we have to take other purposes of the residue also, like we go for fuel, making papers, cardboards, and many other like biopark and other many other things we can make from the residue. Definitely all these competitive uses, wherever it is benefiting more, we have to go for using it. But if you want to go for conservation agriculture, you have to do something. Okay, like if it is rice based cropping system, first you have to go for chiseling or subsoiling of rice system. Okay, to break the hard pan or the plow pan, or or the pan which is being created by the repeated puddlings. Then we have to go for leveling of the fields, because we are going for conservation agriculture years together, and those years depends on your management. It can be 50 years or 150 years or 500 years. Okay, so we have to level, and weed management in off season and off farm we have to do. Then we have to avoid the saline or waterlogged areas. Okay, uh, initially, then government policies we require for the machineries from start harvest. And the important thing is you have to start from the rabi season, not from the kharif season. In the research also we can do by making these kind of the lines. You can make the throw the markers. Okay, and you can make your own cultivators, tine cultivators also as a marker. You can remove one of the tine, a middle tine, and make the mark, and after that you can lay out and go for the zero tillage based cropping system. So friends, the way forward for enhanced CA adoption is customized conservation agriculture for various ecology and farm typology. Farmer participatory research is very important, and we also need to make the videos on do's and don'ts and benefits. Okay, So what happens if you're not making videos, not making the text and other things, from where the farmer will learn? Okay, because it's not like seed we can give to the farmers and they can have it and grow it and prosper. So this is a kind of the advice, like physiotherapy or many other things, that we have to show it. Okay, for showing the videos in vernacular languages are very important, and we have to identify all the domains of the conservation agriculture by SWOT analysis. And we can also strengthen input management tailored to conservation agriculture, like we go for the subsurface drip irrigation, then green seeker based nitrogen management, and then we can also experiment to have the cut down of the various doses. And we can also go for interaction of the harnessing the interaction by early wheat planting, and like one variety for conservation agriculture recommended it for wheat is SDCSW18. So like that, we need to go for the growing of the crops in the specific niche ecology. If you want to build for the conservation agriculture, we have to go for the planting the crop of the segregating generation in the conservation agriculture. If you want to breed for the organic you do. If you want to go for direct seeded rice, you have to breed in the direct seeded rice ecology itself. Whatever you breed in the puddle transplanted rice and go for the direct seeded rice, that's why it's not working. So in my opinion, one of the biggest constraints for DSR is also we are not bred into the direct seeded rice conditions. So we have to go for incentive or recognition of farmers. And one more important thing is we have to go for the application of the carbon trading principles over here. And we can make like this video. So this video went up to 25 lakh views. Here you can go for zero till maize based planning. Okay, and these are very in simple vernacular languages and showing the how the crop is being standing and what kind of beneficial microbes as well as soil macro, meso, and macrofauna are coming up. So thank you so much for your kind attention. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for such an interesting session. Now, we'd like to open the floor for interaction. Participants are encouraged to ask their question and interact with Dr. Jat. Dear participant, you can unmute yourself and ask your queries or any doubts directly to the sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Siraji.
Sir, due to ethanol blending, the price fluctuation is still not there in the maize. And this crop is also a very heavy feeder crop.
Okay.
In future, if the maize price is increased or farmers on the benefit cost ratio, farmer if grow more, and like that way it mine very lot more amount of nutrient from the soil. So is there any issue further within 20 or 30 years so that soils are completely exhaust?
Yeah, okay. I think I got your point, and there are concerns and all other things. See, we are having rice wheat cropping system. What is the area at present? If somebody can tell how much area we are having in the rice wheat cropping system at present, any participant? Okay, so it's now 15 million hectare plus, and whatever we are decreasing, the rice area in past 10 years had got increased by 10 million hectares. Okay, and we are having rice belts in the Punjab and Haryana, which is producing 8 to 10 tons of the rice per hectare. Okay, we are having the world's highest maize growing country is USA, and the USA is producing around 400 million tons plus maize. Okay, so and it is not producing from last 1 year, it lasts from 15-20 years. You can say 350 to 400 million tons of the maize, and the productivity is 11 tons per hectare now. Our productivity level is 4 tons, and In the Rabi season, we have the some of the states which are having 8 tons, like West Bengal, Andhra Pradesh, and Telangana. Okay, so commensurate to whatever you are mining from the soil or giving to the soil. That's why I discuss about the residue management and residue retention. Whatever you are giving, taking from bag, now nobody is going for the putting lot of efforts to have the organic manuring. Okay, so if the organic manuring, if you are not able to give it to the soil, better you go for the recycling of the residue. Okay, some of the innovative cropping systems where we are having 50% of the maize and 50%, like if you are having 5 acres of the maize crop in the Kharif season, so you go for the 2.5 acre as the maize and 2.5 acre as a soybean. Okay, and next year whatever you had maize, you go and go for soybean, and you go for the maize in the others. Okay, so there will be no pest, insect pest, and disease and other scenario. Okay, so it should not create, and it's not likely to create the scenario where the continuous maize cropping is there in the same field, but all the fields we are having where we can go have all the pulses, we can intercrop many of the pulses. Okay, like urad bean, mung bean, even I will chickpea, as well as in the Rabi season. And you can also go for the very regenerative type of the cropping system, like maize plus pigeon pea and times to come. And you see, regarding the ethanol, there is various apprehensions are there, and because of that, you see this year the maize prices crashed so much. You can Google it. Maize prices is around 1500 to 1600 or 1800 kg per 1800 rupees per quintal, and these are very less in my opinion, and this should be increase significantly. But nevertheless, we have to go for the all kind of the sustainable management practices according to whatever we are harvesting. If our productivity is 9 tons, we have to go for the managing our soil in that manner. If you see the example of USA, 32 million hectare of the maize is there, and 32 million hectare in the soybean is there. So they take one crop in a year. Okay, so in one crop they are harvesting 11 tons per hectare. Okay, but if we are taking maize and wheat, they are also coming 11 tons per hectare. Okay, so we are taking 2 crops. So per hectare productivity of our most of the crops are equivalent to most of the crop, and cropping system is equivalent to the world level. But if you see only you are going for 1 or 2, that's very important. Okay, so yeah, we have to take this sustainably. That's why we installed 11 cropping system, 12 cropping system. What is happening into it? If you are going for continuous cropping, if you are going for rotational cropping, and many other things. Okay, so hope I could able to answer your queries. Okay, so this is possible in Assam also. Yes, Sankita Prakasta. In Assam, if you see in 2016 onwards, we emphasize that yes, maize should be a future crop of the Assam, because you see in the most of the northeastern regions, the crop is in the second, except the Sikkim. So what we done in 16, we started giving all these ecologies. From Rabi maize is famous in Bihar, we extended to the West Bengal. Okay, by establishing our ASCRP centers. Then we went in the Assam. 23 we went for around 1500 demonstrations. 16 we onward we started, but they were not picking, but it was in the very small scale. So in 2023 we went for the linking all the stakeholders, mean the industries, aggregators, and state government officials, and we went from the Kokrajhar to Dibrugarh. Okay, so Kokrajhar, Nalbari, then Bogaigaon, Morigaon, Barpeta, okay, and Guwahati, all other districts we covered, and we went up to the uh, those levels. And you see, within 2 years, the area has increased from 50,000 hectares to 1 lakh hectares in 1 year. And productivity also increased from 3,700 kg to 5,100 kg. So you see, the Assam is going to be a big state in terms of maize, and Assam is now in top 10 states, you can say, top 15 state, top 10, 12 states where maize is being produced and consumed in our country. Okay, so Assam has very big prospects for maize cultivation. Eastern India whole has a big prospect, especially if you see the rice fellows. In rice fellows, what happens? Because of many constraints, one biggest constraint is crop started, your field started vacating from October to January. Okay. So what happens? You require a crop which is, photosynthetic, thermo-insensitive, like maize, mung bean, urad bean, or sunflower, which can be cultivated. What is happening? We are going for making mustard crop, chickpea crop, lentil crop, and these crops into the rice pillows. So we are failing. We have to go for photo and thermo insensitive crop, which can be planted. So maize is can be planted from September to March in the eastern India, especially if we take the case of the Assam. So definitely it's going to be a big crop, and Assam maize quality is the best, whatever being harvested in the month of January and February. So in your Char area and many other places, it's coming so good. Okay, I will take other questions in online. Yeah, okay, nothing is coming. Okay, others, only praised this session. Thank you.
Any other queries, dear participants? You have any queries? Ask to sir directly. Okay. Dear participants, you have any question, you can ask. We are with sir.
Okay, we left still 12 minutes. Yeah, actually, I finished my lecture first because, I just want to go for more interactions and learn from
Yes,
you
sir.
people. How many participants are there in total in this course?
Sir, 250, sir. Approx 200, 250, 200 to 250.
Okay. Okay, any key areas of improvement required for maize? Soham has asked. Soham, if we see up to 2050 or plus, the key area which is required for the maize are, we have to go for the holistic value chain adjustment, right from the good quality seeds, the seeds which has, higher kernel weight, 1,000 kernel weights, and higher amount of the starch into it, which we can go for better bioethanol productions. Okay. And that will require high starch with high ethanol recovery hybrids. And one more important problem is how to address the aflatoxin. Okay, aflatoxin which comes when we are going for the any kind of the high moisture crops or any commodities. It's coming everywhere because of the mechanization problem. Aflatoxin is coming in most of the crops, including rice, wheat, and others. In wheat, definitely it is not there because at the time of harvesting, the crop is dried up so nice. Okay, but in most of the other crop, it's coming the problem. So we have to go for solution of those aflatoxin. How we can go for the by management or by using the tight husk variety or any other kind of things. So that is another area where we have to work it. And third area is we have to go for the mechanization in the maize cultivation, right from sowing to harvesting, which is available. Okay, so we have to go for ridge planting in the rainy season. Okay, and we have to go for affordable ridge planters, which has multiple crops. Okay, this is across the crop. You see, if you go for mung bean also on the bed planting or ridge planting, it's going to do very well. So those kind of the management in the rainy season, how we have to produce. Then one is we have to go for the precise seeders like pneumatic planters are there. Now they are becoming increasingly important, but we have to make the affordable pneumatic planter, affordable, wheel-based planters, affordable kind of the machinery, which can really solve it. And most important, we already discussed that how we can go for valorization of the residue being produced by the maize into the useful products. One thing I will tell, just like you see, you have the maize silk, corn silk, and now you Google it, you will have the corn silk tea. Okay, which is coming 10 gram, it is coming in 50 rupees or 100 rupees or plus. Okay, so like that, youth enterprises, entrepreneurs should come and they can produce the various things from the maize, because in USA we are having around 5,000 products being are made from maize. In India also we are having 2,000 plus product we are making out of maize. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so hope I am able to answer your questions. It's very tough question what we need to, but surely this is the crop which can provide you employment. This is crop which runs your industry, which is very important for our country point of view. If we see in the next 30-40 years, we have to produce the employment and we have to generate the new things out of it.
Any other queries, participants? You can write your query in the chat box also.
No, I think no question. So you can conclude the session. I think sir has more engagements in other sessions also. So you
Okay,
can
okay, sir.
conclude it.
Okay, sir. Now, thank you, sir, for patiently addressing all these queries and for sharing such valuable and practical insights. As we conclude the day 13 of the UNNAT KRISHI 2026, we express our heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Shankar Lal Jat for sharing his expertise with us. We also extend our sincere thanks to Mr. Savendra Pratap Rathore and Dr. Gurpreet Singh for their continuous support and coordination. A special thank you to all our participants for being part of this learning journey. Tomorrow we continue with more knowledge, innovation, and inspiration. Once again, thank you all. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your valuable session.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Dear participants, you can leave the session.